Corporate events are gatherings where business people come together to network, learn, and share ideas. They're really helpful for meeting new people and growing your business. But because there are so many people at these events, it can be difficult to get noticed by others. Everyone is trying to make a good impression and stand out, just like you. So, it's important to think of ways to grab people's attention and make a memorable impression. Even if you're attending a busy corporate event with lots of other people, you can still make a good impression and stand out from the crowd. Here are some tips to help you succeed and get the most out of your experience. These suggestions will help you be your best, whether you're new to your field or have lots of experience, and give you an advantage over others who are also attending the event. Tip number 1. Don't stay in one spot. Instead, interact with other attendees. When you're at events, time is limited, so it's important to make the most of it by talking to as many people as possible. To do this, try to keep conversations brief, no more than 5 minutes, and keep the tone light and easygoing. It's also important to listen more than you talk, so you can learn from others and make meaningful connections. If you do find yourself in a great conversation, that's fantastic. But remember to respect the time limits of the event and the other person's schedule. If you want to continue the conversation later, ask for their contact information and offer yours as well. Having a business card with a QR code is a great way to make exchanging information quick and easy. It's better to end a conversation too soon than to overstay your welcome and risk making a bad impression. Tip number 2. Prepare ahead by researching the other guests. Knowing the names of other attendees at an event can give you a great advantage in networking. Take some time to search for them on LinkedIn and make notes about their background and interests. This can help you find common ground and give you a reason to approach them. For example, if you see that one of the guest speakers recently won some awards, you could use that as a starting point for conversation. You might say something like, "Congratulations on winning those awards. Can you share any tips on how you achieved such great success?" This can open up a dialogue and help you make valuable connections. Tip number 3. Start conversations with sincere compliments. Giving sincere compliments can be a great way to approach strangers and start conversations without feeling awkward. However, it's important to be strategic and thoughtful about the compliments you give. To avoid making someone uncomfortable, it's best to avoid commenting on their physical appearance or personal attributes. Instead, focus on something like their clothing or accessories. For example, you might say, "I really like your tie," or "Is that the newest iPhone? It looks great." The key is to be genuine and not sound like you're using compliments as a pickup technique. By giving sincere and appropriate compliments, you can make a positive impression and start building valuable connections. Tip number 4. Avoid being too assertive or using aggressive sales tactics. When attending professional events, it's important to remember that not everyone is there to talk business. Unless you're at a sales event where exchanging leads and referrals is the main focus, it's best to avoid talking shop. If you're interested in meeting with someone to discuss business further, it's okay to ask for a meeting, but don't be too pushy. It's better to gather their contact information and follow up with them later. Be sure to do so within 48 hours of the event to show that you're interested and engaged. However, it's important to be respectful of the other person's time and interests. For example, if a keynote speaker mentions that they've written a book, it's not appropriate to ask them to recommend a publishing house or read your work in progress. This can come across as too aggressive and can reflect poorly on you. Instead, focus on building a relationship first and then explore potential business opportunities at a later time. Tip number 5. Consume alcohol in moderation to avoid mistakes. At corporate events, there may be alcohol available for purchase or provided for free. While you may feel like having a drink to calm your nerves or make socializing easier, it's important to be cautious. Drinking too much can lead to poor judgment and embarrassing situations. However, it's okay to have a drink or two, as long as you drink slowly and limit yourself to 1 drink per hour. It's best to avoid drinking too much and potentially missing out on networking opportunities. You can always have a drink later after the event is over. Tip number 6. Act as a connector by introducing people with similar interests. Networking is not just about what you can gain, it's also about what you can give. One way to make a great impression is to try to connect people with others who may be helpful to them. When you meet someone new, remember their name and interests. As you meet more people, try to introduce them to others who share similar interests, or may be able to help them professionally. This can help you build a positive reputation as someone who is helpful and well-connected, which can lead to even more networking opportunities in the future. Tip number 7. Dress appropriately for the occasion to make a good impression. It emphasizes the importance of looking presentable and dressing well, even if the event is online. Looking good can boost your confidence and make a good first impression. This section also suggests a networking trick of connecting people you meet to others you've previously encountered. Finally, it highlights the importance of making a good first impression to create memorable connections at future networking events. Tip number 8. Follow up and maintain relationships. Follow up and maintain relationships. The 8th tip to becoming a successful networker is to follow up and maintain relationships. After meeting someone, take the initiative to follow up with them within 48 hours. This follow-up could be a simple email or message to express gratitude for meeting and discussing future opportunities. Keep in touch with your new connections by attending relevant events or sending updates via email or social media. Thank you for watching, and we hope you found these tips useful.